Welcome to Mbuya Parent School and Kindergarten, situated in Kampala City with modern, well-equipped facilities, plus extensive playing fields and amenities. Mbuya Parent School believes that a better future lies where children know how to find and create balances in themselves and the world around them. This explains our fusion of academic subjects and co-curricular activities. There are many opportunities presented to them to flourish both in and outside the classroom.
I want to become a president when I grow up.
I want to be a pilot.
I will be the best fashion designer.
Mbuya Parent School, the sky is our limit.
Hello Primary 4 children. Once again, I want to welcome you to another lesson. And this is our second lesson of social studies. But before we go to that lesson, I remember giving you an activity. In our first lesson, we have to first do corrections together. My name is Okello Pafras. Our first question was, what are physical features? And I expect each and everybody to have written the answer. Physical features are landforms of the Earth's surface. And in this statement, you must have written the word surface correctly. The next question, give any 4 physical features which are water sources. Meaning that when you are writing your answers, you should only write the physical features that contain water. Do not write the other physical features that do not contain water. I expect you to have written lakes, rivers, springs, streams, this one, valleys, and the seas. Those are some of the physical features that contain water, and maybe the oceans. My dear children, when we are correcting, what you should observe is the correct spellings of the words that you have written. Are we together? Let's move on to the next question. State one problem facing people living near lakes. State one problem facing people living near lakes. One is flooding, and I know most of you have been watching television and you have seen that most of the people who are staying near Lake Victoria are now starting to leave that place because the water has moved up to where they are staying. So that is one problem that is faced by people living near lakes. And then another one is the attacks from dangerous aquatic animals. Attacks from dangerous aquatic animals. And can we spell the word aquatic together? Aquatic, A-Q-U-A-T-I-C, aquatic. The other problem is a spread of waterborne diseases. Is a spread of waterborne diseases. Our question 4, which physical feature covers the largest part of our district? And the answer I expect from there is plateau, with the correct spelling of the word plateau. If you have written any letter beyond these letters, then you are wrong. Can we spell the word plateau together? Plateau. P-L-A-T-E-A-U. Plateau. And we say that plateau is a raised, flat-topped piece of land. Our question number 5, how is Makerere Hill important to the people? How is Makerere Hill important to the people? And last time we said Makerere Hill is one of the hills of Impala. Now we are saying here that it has the university, which is an education center. It has a university which is an education center. That is the correction for the work that I had given you in our first lesson. Let's move on to the second lesson, and in this lesson we are going to talk about one physical feature, and that is mountains. My dear children, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to define what a mountain is and some terms that are related to mountains. You should be in position to identify the types of mountains and also give examples of mountains in our country, Uganda. We may not mention all of them, but we are going to talk about the major mountains in Uganda. Let us start by defining what a mountain is. A mountain is a large and raised piece of land with rocks and a peak. A large and raised piece of land with rocks and a peak. Now, you are going to ask yourself, yes, we know a rock, but what is a peak? Because I know most of you know rocks, but now some of you are asking, what is a peak? A mountain peak is the highest point of a mountain. Maybe if I have to use simple words, I may say that the top part of a mountain is what we call a mountain peak. So here we are saying a mountain peak is the highest point of a mountain. And I want us to spell the word peak together. Peak. P-E-A-K. Peak. This in this picture you are seeing here is a symbol of a mountain peak. When we are talking about map symbols, last time when we talked about map symbols, we said these are signs used to represent real objects on a map. So if we want to represent a mountain peak on a map, we draw this shape that looks like a triangle, and then we shade it. And for me, I have decided to shade it using color blue, as you see it in the picture. Another term that you need to know that is related to mountains is mountain slope. And a mountain slope is a steep side of a mountain. A steep side of a mountain. And I have also written here and said a mountain slope is a steep side of a mountain. Maybe some of you are going to say, but what does this word steep mean? That part of a mountain where the mountain is now coming to, where it is slanting. That is the part we call the what? The steep side of a mountain. And some of you go and try to play some games, especially on hilly areas. You come from that part coming up to down, maybe using local playing materials, maybe like you can get banana fiber, you can even get a piece of jerrycan, you sit on it and you come from there coming down. That slanting part of a mountain is what we call the steep side of a mountain. And the spelling of the word steep, you should put it in your mind that it is S-T-E-E-P, steep. And then another term here is mountain ranges. Mountain ranges. I have chosen to use the word series, but for you, you can use maybe the word collection. And you say mountain ranges are a series of mountains connected together. Or you say Mountain ranges are a collection of mountains joined together. Are we together, children? Let us move on to talk about the types of mountains in Uganda. We are only going to talk about the types of mountains that are found in Uganda. We shall not talk about the types of mountains that are found in other countries, but we shall only talk about those ones in our country, Uganda. One of the types is the block mountains, and they are also called the host mountains. We shall get to know what a block mountain is. The next type of mountain is volcanic mountains. The word is volcanic. Can we read together? Volcanic. Thank you. Let's spell the word volcanic. Volcanic. V-O-L-C-A-N-I-C. Volcanic. We are also going to know what volcanic mountains are. To begin with, let's start with block mountains. Block mountains are mountains which were formed as a result of faulting or by a process called faulting. Now, what is faulting? I know your brothers in primary 6, primary 5, or maybe primary 7, you normally hear them talk of faulting, faulting, faulting. Now, what is faulting? Maybe if you are near your sister of primary 7, primary 6, you can ask. But here we are saying that faulting is the breaking or cracking of the Earth's crust or the rocks. The breaking or cracking of the Earth's crust or the rocks. Can we spell the word faulting together? Faulting. F-A-U-L-T-I-N-G. Faulting. Another word is cracking. C-R-A-C-K-I-N-G. Cracking. Another word we shall spell here is crust. C-R-U-S-T. Crust. That is about the block mountains. In Uganda, there is only one block mountain, and that mountain is Mount Rwenzori. That mountain is Mount Rwenzori. And also in primary 3, I told you that Mount Rwenzori is the highest mountain in Uganda. Still in primary 4, I want you to remain knowing that Mount Rwenzori is still the highest mountain in our country, Uganda. Let's move on to volcanic mountains. What are volcanic mountains? Volcanic mountains are mountains which were formed as a result of volcanic eruption or volcanicity. The word volcanicity comes from the word volcanic. Can we spell the word volcanicity together? I have said it comes from the word volcanic. Let's spell the word volcanicity together. Volcanicity. V-O-L-C-A-N-I-C-I-T-Y. Volcanicity. Another word in this statement we are going to spell is eruption. Eruption. E-R-U-P-T-I-O-N. Eruption. Now, what is volcanicity? What is volcanicity? This is the process by which magma comes out of the Earth's crust through the holes called the vent. The process by which magma comes out of the Earth's crust through the hole called the vent. I know when you reach primary 5, you will know, you will draw a diagram showing how volcanic mountains are formed, but here I want you only to know that volcanicity is a process, is one of the processes by which some mountains are formed, because I can ask you tomorrow and say, how are mountains formed? One of the answers you should write is, some mountains were formed as a result of volcanicity, and some mountains were formed as a result of faulting. What is magma? Some of you are going to say, this teacher is teaching us things that we are not understanding. But what is magma? Magma refers to hot, molten rock under the Earth's surface. The hot, molten rock under the Earth's surface. And now when this hot molten rock comes out of the Earth's surface, it is going to cool. And when it cools, it will not again be called magma. It changes the name to lava. And that is the word lava. Can we spell the word lava together? L-A-V-A, lava. And this word refers to solidified magma on the Earth's surface. Hoping you're understanding something there. Let us continue to the examples of volcanic mountains. We said that it is only Mount Rwenzori that was formed as a result of faulting. What about other mountains? Those other mountains maybe were formed as a result of volcanicity. And which mountains are those? One of them is Mount Elgon. The other mountain is Mount Moroto. Another mountain, volcanic mountain, is Mount Mufumbiro. Then the other mountain is Mount Napak. Mount Elgon is found in eastern Uganda. For those of you who stay in Mbale, that mountain found in Mbale does not only cover Mbale, but there are other districts like Manafa, maybe Sironko, and others. And then Moroto is found in northeastern part of Uganda, where the Karamojongs come from. That is where. Okay, let us look at the examples of volcanic mountains. One of the mountains that is volcanic is Mount Elgon. Then the other one is Mount Moroto. Another volcanic mountain is Mount Mufumbiro, and then Mount Napak. When we are talking about districts that are found in Uganda, we said some of the districts are found in mountainous areas. So, Mount Elgon is found in eastern Uganda, where you'll find Mbale, Bududa, Sironko, and other districts. And then Mount Moroto is found in Moroto district, and this is where the Karamojongs come from. Mount Mufumbiro is found in the southwestern part of Uganda, and then Mount Napak is also found in Napak district, and still that district is also occupied by the Karamojong. Now, we said that each and every mountain has a peak, and we said a mountain peak is the highest point of a mountain. Therefore, each and every mountain has a peak with its name. Now we are going to name the mountain and it is peak. The first mountain here is Mount Rwenzori, and it is highest point is called Margarita. Margarita. Can we spell together? Margarita. M-A-R-G-H-E-R-I-T-A. Margarita. The next mountain is Mount Elgon. Its highest point is called Wagagai. Its highest point is called Wagagai. The other mountain is Mount Mufumbiro. Mount Mufumbiro. Its highest point is called Muhamvura. The last one is Moroto, which has its highest point named Summit. And then the last of all is Napak, and its peak will remain as a Napak. Before we end this lesson, I also want you to look at the activity. And this activity, this time round, is just 5 numbers, very simple. I want you to attempt them, and in our next lesson, we shall go through it and mark together. And these are our 5 numbers. I want to remind you to stay home, stay safe. Remember to wear your mask whenever you go to public.